Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Elon University, and thank you for coming out to today's press conference. My name is Erica Robertson, and I'm the Director of Media Relations for Athletics, and I wanted to make you aware of how today's press conference would work. We ask that all media members please refrain from asking questions until after opening statements by both Director of Athletics Dave Blank and our new head coach. Today's press conference is being streamed live at elonphoenix.com, so we ask that when we do get to the media question period of the press conference, that you signal for a wireless microphone and ask your question into that. We also ask that prior to your question, you state your name and which media outlet you represent. Again, thank you for your attendance. At this point, I would like to introduce Elon's Director of Athletics, Dave Blank.
Thank you, Erica. I want to again welcome everybody and thank you for coming out. The last two times we've ordered a whiteout for the basketball team, we've taken it a little far, and we almost got it again today. So I appreciate you being patient with us on the weather and coming out and showing the support. The other thing, I was a little disappointed to not see the dry ice white smoke coming from around the corner so our coach could run through that. He'll get indoctrinated into that as well as we get going here. One of the most important things that I learned through this process, and it's just been, I read in the paper this morning, 3 weeks to the day. I was unaware of the duration, but in that short period of time, I have obviously talked to a lot of people and met a lot of people. What's been a consistent theme, though, is the job that these guys to my left here have done with this program. We've got a coveted program out there through the eyes of those in the football world at every level. I've talked to people at every level of football. There's no difference in denomination. Elon University football is well respected. We've got great players in the program. We've got great facilities to recruit to. And we've got a great university that knows how to combine academics and athletics. And that word is very prominent out there in the football world. Made my job challenging, to say the least, in this process. We were looking for somebody with integrity and character and enthusiasm and leadership. We were looking for someone that was committed to the coexistence of athletics and academics, excellence in both areas. We were looking for someone that was familiar with North Carolina and the Elon University footprint, particularly, obviously, in recruiting. We were looking for someone that has a background that demonstrates that he's been around an awful lot of success, at many levels, hopefully. And we were looking for someone that has demonstrated that he's had a positive influence on and a positive role model for our student athletes here at Elon University. And I'm real proud to tell you that we landed on Jason Swepson as our new football coach. From our first conversation to our conversation last night, Jason Swepson showed me and convinced me that he was the right person for this job, but most importantly, that he really wants to be Elon's football coach. And that isn't always the case as you're out there trying to talk with people and find out what's the right thing for your university. There are a lot of people that interview you just as much as you interview them. And I can promise you that that went on with Jason and I as well, but it was always on his sleeve that he wanted to be our coach. To me, that is so important for the basically 100 football young men that I represented in this process. That was paramount to me. Jason's a former high school prep All-American in football and track and field, and a former running back and wide receiver at Boston College. He knows, understands, and covets the ideals and the experiences of a private institution. He's a true leader from experience and spent the last 12 football seasons under one of the legends in college football in Tom O'Brien, both at Boston College and at North Carolina State. He began his coaching career right out of Boston College and spent 6 seasons at the previous 1AA level at schools such as Rhode Island, Boston University, Holy Cross, and Northeastern. He knows this level. He was a coordinator at Holy Cross. He's done things in his career to follow his aspirations to influence young men in the sport of football at all levels. Much of the success he's accomplished while recruiting exactly the academic profile of Elon University. So he's committed to bringing the kind of student athletes at Elon, most importantly to me again, that will fit well hand in glove with the young men already in our program, who also mirror strongly the commitment to graduation and the commitment to Elon University academically. We can and we are competing for championships while we graduate. That is paramount in Jason Swepson's mind. Jason's an excellent recruiter and has been recognized recently by Rivals.com as one of the top 10 recruiters in the Atlantic Coast Conference. He's coached people like Andre Brown at NC State, who led the team in rushing, was second in receptions, and third in receiving yardage in 2008. But he's also coached players at Boston College just as impressively, Derek Knight and William Green, to name a few. Knight became Boston College's all-time leading rusher, while Green was a consensus All-American and the second leading rusher in the nation in 2001. He's been training for this opportunity for many years, most recently on a staff that stayed together and worked together under Tom O'Brien. He was instrumental to Boston College and North Carolina in those roles. Coach O'Brien and Dana Bible have been together for the same number of years. And basically we asked Dana Bible, who's the offensive coordinator at NC State, about Jason's abilities. The answer was strongly that the reason Jason's not NC State's offensive coordinator is because Dana Bible is. That's a pretty good answer. They have been together for 12 years. The other evidence that we got is Jason is the only guy on the field that gets to talk to the quarterback. He's running the offense at North Carolina State. And that's very gracious of men like Tom O'Brien and Dana Bible to pay those kind of compliments to somebody that they feel is ready, willing, and able to be our head coach. Tom O'Brien has had just a minute, we'll get to you. Tom O'Brien has had 21 assistant coaches in his 14 years of head coaching. That speaks to the word consistency. Jason Swepson is now going to be the 7th head coach out of those 21. A pretty impressive statistic. There's no doubt in my mind that our football program is in great hands under Jason Swepson's leadership, and we're anxious to get started. Jason, you and Tanya, Kiana, Nadia, and Peyton, here you are, Peyton, you're on the stage. We welcome you to Elon University and to our football program and look forward to many successful years of friendship, family, and football. Welcome. And I'll give you this hat. You can if you want. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a joy to be here. I'm very excited. First, I'd like to thank the good Lord for giving me this great opportunity to join this great family. Second, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Tanya, and children, Kiana, who I'm so proud of. Basically a straight A student in the middle school and has a bright, bright future. I'm hoping that she comes to Elon University in 4 years. And then I got beautiful Nadia and Peyton. So thank you guys, and I'm excited. I'd also like to thank President Dr. Leo Lambert for giving me this opportunity. Obviously, Athletic Director Dave Blank, Provost Stephen House, Jerry Francis, Associate Athletic Directors Kyle Willis, Clay Hazard, and Faith Scherer. Thank you very much for taking good care of me during the process. You guys were tough on me, but it was a good process. Also, I'd like to thank Tom O'Brien. As Dave said, I've been with the man for 12 years. I learned a lot from the man. My program will be just like Coach O'Brien at Boston College and at NC State. Okay, we're going to win with integrity, we're going to win with hard work, and we're going to win with discipline. And that's how we're going to do it. Okay, I understand the vision that President Lambert has for this great university in the present and in the future. And I will assist President Lambert, Dave Blank, and Elon University on continuing the success of the Elon commitment on a national scope. And that's what we're going to get done. As for the football program, we will continue to build on the success and hard work that the student athletes have achieved over the last couple of years. I understand your work ethic. I'm not going to change a lot. We're just going to build, and we're going to be successful, and we're going to win championships. We will be champions in the classroom. We will be champions in the community, and we'll be champions on the field. And like I said last night to the team, the reason why I'm so excited is because we are already champions in the classroom, and we will continue that success. We are champions in the community, and we will continue that success. And now it's my job, with the help of the staff that we will assemble and the hard work of the student athlete, to become champions on the field. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to working hard, rolling up the sleeves, and we're going to have fun working hard. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll open it up for questions for either Mr. Blank or Coach Swepson. A reminder to just state your name and the media outlet that you represent, and we can have somebody with we have two microphones out here that can help you.
Bob Sutton with the Times News. Jason, when did you decide you wanted to be a head coach, and has this been a long-time goal of yours?
Probably since I was 9 years old, when I realized football was going to be a part of my life. I trained myself, I prepared myself, and I was fortunate enough to be with Coach O'Brien for 12 years and to see how a program is run in the right way with integrity. So I feel like I prepared my whole life for this opportunity, and I know I'm ready.
Adam Smith with the Times News in Burlington. Coach O'Brien, did you have to get his blessing? And what did he say?
He was excited. Coach O'Brien, like Dave said, has put some great head coaches out there under his tree. I believe I'm number 7, and he's excited. He's getting to that point in his career where he's going to live through his assistants of being successful. So he's excited. I know Jenny, his wife's excited. She texts my wife, and she's full of joy. The only thing he said, he's going to have a tough time replacing me.
When you were in the Northeast, some of the 1AA schools you were at, Elon at that time was a Division II program. When did you first learn about Elon? Was it when you got down here, or how long have you known about Elon?
I learned about Elon through Pete, former head coach. I've known Pete for about 10 years now, when he was at Lehigh. And when he took the job, and I saw him when we first got to state, he came to work our football camp. And that's when he told the whole staff how beautiful the campus is and the future at Elon. So that's when I followed Elon football.
So 2005?
About 2006, I would imagine.
Jason, David mentioned your familiarity with Elon, though. Does it go beyond that, or what specifically?
I recruit to Alamance County for NC State. So I've been in a lot of high schools in the area, and knew that a lot of kids from this area were coming to Elon. I've never been on campus, believe it or not. I've been to Western Alamance High School about 20 times and never made it over to campus. But Dana Bible, his son, and plays at Leesville Road High School. And Leesville Road comes to camp every year here at Elon. And he used to come back and just say all the wonderful things about Elon University and how beautiful the setup and things like that.
Connor O'Neill with the Pendulum. When were you first contacted about the job?
I had to be, let me see, we played, it was during the bowl game in Orlando. I believe that day was the 23rd, 27th, something like that.
Yeah, you played on Tuesday after
That's correct.
the weekend.
So it was the 27th.
We had an interesting discussion about that because Jason will describe that to you, that Monday's actually Thursday and Sunday's actually Tuesday. So as they were computing it into football, it got a little hairy trying to figure out when we did first have our conversation. So but it was last week.
With Coach O'Brien, he's a once a Marine, always a Marine, right? The actual bowl game was, I believe, on a Tuesday, but that was actually a Saturday for us, and we just worked back. So when Dave called, I didn't know what day it was, and he probably thought I was crazy, but I said, Dave, I think this is Thursday for me, but it's actually Wednesday or something like that. So it was fun.
Preparing to be a head coach, I know you said you started when you were 9, but maybe after that, what specific types of things have you done? I mean, I'm sure it's about listening and things like that, but
Absolutely.
have you been a big note taker, things like? I mean, what sort of things have you done?
Well, just handling the running backs over the last 12 years with Coach O'Brien, giving me a lot of opportunity to handle my position. He knows how to delegate. He does delegate. So I had a lot of responsibility. Also on game day, like Dave was telling you, with Dana being up in the box, I was pretty much the voice for the offense on the field. Unfortunately, when Coach Bible got sick last year and missed the last 2 games, I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to help coordinate the week of practice, the last 2 weeks, and assist on calling the plays. I'm just going to be myself. I feel like I can bring out the best in people, and I know I'm going to bring some excitement and some enthusiasm and full of energy to this program.
Jason, is there ever a point when you think that you may never have the opportunity to be a head coach, or I assume this wasn't the first time you've applied for a position like this?
2 years ago, I interviewed at the University of Rhode Island, my home state, basically. I thought I had a great shot at getting the job, being a local boy. And when I did not get that job, I wasn't sure if that would be my last opportunity. But I knew I was going to continue to work hard, live by the good book, do the right things, and good things happen to good people.
In your role as recruiting this area from the high schools, what else did you learn, and what's your general impression?
Of the state of North Carolina?
Well, yeah, or this area in particular, because this was your region.
It's a good area. They play football with the best. I know Eastern Alamance has been in the last state championship the last 2 years, and Coach Kirby does a great job. I know the guys at Burlington Cummins. When we first got down here in 07, I believe they were in the state championship game. So I know this area can play some solid football. And I understand that we're going to bring in a solid student athlete into this program.
Being the voice of the state offense on the field, do you envision yourself calling the plays here, or will that take shape as your staff takes shape?
Yeah, I'd like to bring in an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. I told Dave this on the interview process that I think Frank Beamer has the key to the castle by coaching the special teams. This way the head coach is involved in all aspects of evaluation of the student athlete. He gets to see him on really both sides of the football and really sees the weakness and strengths of the student athlete and his team. So I'm going to try to follow that route as a head coach. But I know I got to hire a defensive coordinator that is strong and solid, and then we'll go from there.
What was this process like of pursuing this job and wondering if you're going to get the job and seeing how it all?
It was a process, I'll tell you that.
What were the ups and downs and sort of the emotions attached to it?
Well, it started with the phone interview. Then it started with the sit down at a restaurant. Then I came on campus and met all these wonderful people. I got a chance to sit down with President Lambert and to see his vision and what he's done with this great university and his plans for the future. I was just crossing my fingers to have the opportunity to join this wonderful university.
Is there a lot to learn? Because I know being Boston College and NC State the last 11 years or whatever it is, I know how focused and sort of in that little box of the ACC or the Big East that you had to be every game week and preparations, things like that. Is there a lot to learn about the Southern Conference and everything?
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to have to get familiar, first of all, with our team and then get familiar with our opponents. So we're going to watch a lot of film. We're going to discuss personnel, not only with Elon, but throughout the conference. I do have to get myself familiar with the conference.
Jason, when you're on the field in Orlando at the end of that game, is your mind wandering at all over here to Elon, or is there any thought that that would be your last game at State? Or
No. I take every day, one day at a time. We were focused on winning that football game, and to see the excitement, on guys like Russell Wilson, Nate Irvin, James Washington, a local kid from Orlando, have success against a ranked opponent, and those kids came to Orlando. They had fun riding the rides and things like that, but they were on a mission to win that football game, and it was just a joy to see everything come together that Coach O'Brien preaches, and they bought in. It's tough when you go away for, I believe we were going for 6 days, and like I said, Coach brings in good student athletes, and you got to be able to trust your student athletes to know right from wrong and able to do the right things when you're away from campus. And we did that. And the kids had a great time, but it was a business trip, and they wanted to win.
You looked up to the players and said, we're not going to change a lot, sort of, we're just going to keep it moving.
Yeah,
do you think there's a good
moving.
structure in place here?
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Last 2 years, they won some ball games, a lot of ball games. So I'm anxious to sit down and talk with the strength and conditioning coach, the athletic trainer, and just get on the same page. But I know there's a foundation here, and we're just going to build on top of it. A lot different from when Coach O'Brien took over the Boston College program and the NC State program. So I'm excited about coming into a program that has a great foundation, and we're just going to build.
You talked about Coach O'Brien a lot. How beneficial is it to have him up the road 45 minutes?
I'm excited. I don't know if he's excited. I will lean on Coach O'Brien, and I'm anxious to. I was fortunate enough as a student athlete to play for Jack Bicknell and Tom Coughlin, and 2 guys that I'm going to reach out to and get some advice. When Frank Spazianzi gets back from San Francisco, I'll give him a call, and I'm excited to talk to all my mentors. So I'm excited. I'm going to attack in recruiting. I know I'm going to go to the Boston College football camp. I know I'm going to go to the NC State football camp and get some kids, some student athletes from those 2 areas.
He was asked a similar question by the team last night, and I loved his answer. I was hoping he was going to say that, but the answer was, we're going to score more points and not give up many points. That's a good form. That'll win you some games.
All right, it looks like everybody's finished answering questions. So I thank you for attending today's event. Media members who do need further interviews, please see a member of the Elon Media Relations staff, and we can help you with that. We'd also like to invite all of the Elon community out to the Fat Frog tomorrow evening for the first opportunity to actually get to know Coach Swepson. Following the Elon Basketball Live radio show, which happens from 6 to 7, Coach will be available to meet with all of you, so we hope to see you all there tomorrow evening. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Give that hat to your son.
Okay.